Hello, Lunatics Collective. This reading will be our lunar pool for September the 18th, 2019, or whenever the reading may find you. The Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords shows up again. The Ten of Wands, the Ten of Fire here also shows up again. These are energies that also came through when I was just shuffling and meditating with the deck before recording. Speaking about bearing a truth, seeing a truth, knowing a truth, and acting on a truth, perhaps having to cut certain habits, certain beliefs, certain patterns, certain people out of one's life. It's seeing and knowing a truth, and perhaps a painful truth, maybe having been betrayed, but having to cut something out or someone out of your life because you can't deny that you can see a truth. And there is this energy of a burden that comes with that, with the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, or I'm sorry, the Ten of Fire, the Ten of Rods or Wands coming through multiple times as well in this message for the collective. As always, the reading is for any and all signs. We are using the Deviant Moon Tarot again. If you are interested in this deck or any of the decks that I use in our readings here, you can just scroll down to the description box below to find some more information about those. The Ten of Cups shows again, so two tens that are repeating. The Ten of Cups also showed up again when shuffling with the deck and meditating. So cycles closing really as a result of someone acknowledging the truth that they see in front of them, that they just can't deny. They can't pretend that they don't see. And it looks like what it does is protect or secure this shared emotional fulfillment, familial, very familiar, comfortable, safe, happy, shared emotional fulfillment that we see pictured and we know is represented by the Ten of Chalices, the Ten of Water. For some, that familial circle, those supportive, loving energies are actually surrounding you. For others, it's an image of this type of love, this type of support system, this type of family or tight, close-knit circle that one is wanting to protect, or not necessarily just an image. Maybe I did mean to say that for some, but for others, it's this vision, this maybe fantasy, but that certainly this dream that they have of that. And there may be someone or something that you have to cut out of your life, maybe a version of yourself or someone you've been interacting closely with who has to go, who can't be part of that picture or that circle because their energy just won't allow that dream to come true, right? Their energy just can't be part of that, isn't supportive of that, isn't reflective of that, can't share that emotional fulfillment with you in that way. They don't want the same things. For some, maybe it is the Ten of Cups is showing up to say that has been sort of a fantasy that word definitely wanted to come through there. Maybe for some it has been fantasy-like to imagine that things could be perfect. Someone or something has to be cut out of the picture, and at the same time you're realizing that may not have been a realistic expectation, that fantasy that you had in mind. For others, there may be an image issue here, because at first I did say image when I meant to say dream, vision, goal even. In reference to this 10 of chalices, this 10 of water here. So I think, yeah, for some, you may be cutting someone out of your inner circle, protecting your inner circle from a certain energy who you thought wanted to have a family, or at least that type of familial shared emotional fulfillment with you in some way, and it turns out that their interaction with you was just for their image. Sorry, messages. Excuse me. We'll see what else comes through that might illuminate where that image came from. And but really, and essentially, I feel like it's that they were pretending. But you see the truth of them. You see the truth of what was real in that picture now, and what has to go. I mean, someone in a very close-knit family-like circle has to go here, because likely the mature feminine energy and a mature feminine energy in the situation can see and knows the truth of them, of this picture, what's not real in it, what doesn't fit. Maybe for some it is simply your own expectations, right? Rather than actually someone who is sort of being a phony. Possible. But you can see that this, especially highlighted in this particular depiction of the Queen of Swords. You can see how it pains her. She has a tear in her eye. There's blood on the tip of her sword. You can see how it changes her, really. This experience is that painful for her. She will be ready to go through that type of this type of experience again. She will be more prepared for it, and it's not unlikely that she's someone who has been through it before already, and that's why she could spot the truth of this falsehood in an otherwise happy environment, happy, supportive circle picture. Family. The Page of Chalices now, the Page of Water shows up as well in the recent past position. Someone in the recent past may have made an emotional offer, a timid, shy, dreamy offer. King of Swords in the near future, King of Air. So there is possibly a divine partnership on the table with the Queen and King of Air both. Some of you certainly dealing with a mature feminine or masculine Aquarius or Libra or Gemini. We did see Gemini, right? Show up on the bottom of the deck. Oh, no, that was before this recording, I think. It was just prior to this. 9 of chalices. 9 of water also showing up. The 9, the 10, and the page. And the king and queen of air. I just want one more to take us a little bit further into the future, actually. Just the more distant future. So, especially if it is a divine masculine father figure, divine masculine partner, counterpart in your life that you feel you have to dismiss, that you have to let go of, that you have to call out for being dishonest, betraying you, your family in some way. It looks like in owning that truth and wielding the sword and letting that divine masculine partner go, there is then a partner that is a divinely fated and divinely matched partner showing up here for you, with the king of air, the king of swords showing up in the near future position. Or it may be showing up in that way, especially if they are if you would identify them with the sign of Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. It could certainly be saying, you'll get your opportunity to deal with that person here in the near future. Because ultimately, in the more distant future position, we have the 9 of Earth, the 9 of Pentacles, talking about not only gratitude and abundance, yes, but independence, specifically physical independence. Maybe you find your own place away from this potentially a partner, or someone from an inner circle that had to be cut out of your life, or just gain, make sure that you have this new physical space from them in general, see them less, or maybe not at all. You have the World card on the bottom of the deck. So this is a major completion of a life cycle. So I do take it that for a lot of you, you are dismissing someone who you believe to be, or maybe certainly was for a time, a divine match, divine mate, counterpart of yours. I think, just this, a lot of you have been dreaming for a long time with this Page of Cups in the recent past. Maybe some of you have had some dreams that you've needed to listen to, maybe some dreams that you've ignored. Maybe that was the timid emotional offering. Maybe it was from yourself, from your subconscious mind, from your higher self, your higher mind, yes, to your conscious mind, and you may have ignored those dreams or failed to question them. Or you may have just been lost in fantasy and dreams about this person, or about your inner circle, about whomever it is that it looks like you're going to have to cut out of an otherwise situation full of shared emotional fulfillment, right? Whether it's family, friends, partnership, specific partnership, or otherwise, right? It's giving all of those involved emotional fulfillment. They're sharing that joy. They're seeing it reflected back to them. And it does seem like a dream come true. And this card here in your recent past could be talking about you being lost in dreams and fantasies, wanting that to be true so much that you actually contributed to, not seeing this sooner, not seeing this truth that you clearly see now before or sooner. And your advice here, I say that because your advice here being the 9 of chalices can be saying, make your own dreams and wishes come true. You allow yourself to have what you want now. If you want to live your dreams, make what you have been fantasizing about come true, then you give that to yourself. Some of you have received an actual, emotional offer. Maybe it was shy, timid, as I said. Maybe it was from a younger water sign here, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Some of you have received some type of offer, and maybe just, because you're going through this situation where you're dealing with having to sort of dismiss someone from your closest inner circle, right? You weren't in any position to humor it or entertain it or really consider it for some. So for some, it'll be literal. You can see how the messages shake out slightly differently, especially in a general reading for the collective. As always, the timing will always be slightly different, time being fluid, right? But ultimately, in the more distant but not too distant future, we do see you really enjoying your independence. So especially, if it was a partner that you're cutting out of a family here, or a situation that's like a family, right? Maybe even if it's just the two of you. Or, again, going back to what we said at the beginning, even a part of yourself. Ultimately, you are enjoying your independence. Grateful for the abundance that you are able to afford yourself, the health and or wealth that you are able to grant yourself through making this, albeit painful, cut, yes. Seeing and owning this truth and moving forward, acting accordingly, cutting out energies that are just draining you, that aren't being real with you, that aren't being honest with you, that aren't supporting your highest good, that are actually making these dreams, these fantasies, these wishes, making it impossible actually for them to come true, instead of supporting them in any way or encouraging them in any way. And what we see on the bottom of the deck is really that this major life cycle coming to a close is going to give you the ability to manifest more of what you want, to take this advice, to follow through on this advice here, to make your own dreams and wishes come true. You're going to be more in control of your emotions, your connection to your subconscious, listening to your intuition, trusting your intuition, just able to handle more emotionally after enduring this, and hold your emotions at bay more as well. And with the world card coming up, it can always be talking about you being able to manifest more, manifest honestly whatever you want. And so I think we also have the Chariot card coming through below that. I think this is very clearly an ending that may be the end of a cycle that deserves to be celebrated, certainly deserves to be celebrated, but may be more painful than anything at first. Again, there's that blood, that tear, marking that this is very even traumatic for some. And so that won't be the focus at first, and yet this is an accomplishment. It does deserve to be celebrated. It is you moving forward and being more and more capable of manifesting what you want in your life and proving that to yourself, truly. So I think we will leave September 18th's messages there. Thank you so much to all of you who support Lunartics Tarot in all of the ways that you do. And if you are interested in ordering a personal reading from me, just scroll down to the description box down below this video. You can check out all of your options and links there. The email address is lunartickstarot@gmail.com. My name is A's, and there is everything from a 1-question option to a 90-minute reading. So again, all of the information is below, but I'm happy to work with you through email as well if you'd like to have a discussion that way first. That works for me. Otherwise, make very wise choices for yourself as you move forward. It looks like you absolutely are. It's actually a beautiful reading. But there just simply will be some enduring this painful cut. It looks like this heavy truth first, but otherwise it looks absolutely gorgeous. And at that, I will post another lunar pool for us just as soon as I can.